So I want to understand the audience first, right? So Malay, Nishant, Sagar, Pawar, and Udvik. So everyone from the IT background only, right? Or anyone from non-technical or non-IT background? No, right? Great. No problem. Nishant is student. Okay. 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 Hey, so what? So what is the reason? I mean, you are joining this session. Like, I mean, you want to learn firewall. So, like, because the firewall learning is required uh, minimum switches and routing and switching knowledge, right? So everyone has that, right? Or anyone doesn't have this routing and switching knowledge, like working on Cisco routers or switches. You can send me in chat that you have routing, switching, and routing knowledge if you have Cisco routers, switches, or any Aruba, Juniper, any networking vendor devices. Okay. So Udbhav have switching and routing knowledge. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So other uh, know the console. Okay. Okay. Understood. Okay. So the certification what we are covering is the FTP, right? FortiGate certified professional. So this is not 7.4. Now it is 7.6 administrator, right? So syllabus, if you see what we are covering here, okay. So first we will understand the common networking term, all right, and we will do the introduction to firewall. Then we will have an introduction on the FortiGate. All right. So labs, what we are doing on FortiGate will be either will be using the EVNG or the PNet lab. All right. So everyone has got the laptop, right? You can send me on chat. No problem. Everyone has got the laptop. Okay.
Mohammed, I have a question.
Yeah.
Is FortiGate and the Fortinet are the same?
Same. These are the
Okay.
same.
Okay.
Yeah. Same. So FortiGate is the company name. Fortinet is the firewall name.
Okay.
Okay. So the models they are providing with the Fortinet name, all right, not with the FortiGate name. All right. So see, for the labs, so for the labs, we'll be using the EVNG or the PNet lab, all right. And for this, the minimum configuration what we need is the at least 4-core processor and 16 GB RAM. Third is the at least 512 GB SSD, all right. So this is what the requirement for the lab. Everyone has got this, right? You can send me in chat, all right? All right. So So after setting up lab, either on EVNG or PNet lab, we will continue with our FortiGate labs here. So we will see, I mean, how initial lab works, all right? How to do the initial configuration on FortiGate. Then we will see how to configure the inside interfaces or outside interfaces, how to create these zones, and how we can actually create VLANs on FortiGate, all right? There are different types of configurations like one arm sniffer and redundant interfaces, aggregate interfaces, right? Different types of deployments of the firewalls, like we can deploy the firewall on the layer 2 mode and the layer 3 mode, right? Using the virtual wire or tap mode, different types, different types of deployment we can do, transparent mode, all right? And we'll see how to configure the DNS server, DNS on FortiGate, and we'll also learn the default route, static route, dynamic routing, where we will be configuring the RIP, OSPF, and the BGP protocols. All right. So all these will be covered along with the redistribution. All right. So if different protocols are used, we have to do the redistribution. So we will see how to do the redistribution using the FortiGate. Then we will cover on SD-WAN configuration, all right, where we will learn how to have the SD-WAN configured on FortiGate, right? Then we will do the policies, learn on policies, how to deploy the firewall as a DHCP server, okay? Then how to activate the firewalls. So we can configure the security profiles here using the FortiGuard, all right? Like antivirus, web filter, DNS filter, application control. So all this will be covered in this sessions. All right. Intrusion prevention, profile filtering. All right. Uh, how actually firewall verifies every packet. So we will see here by capturing the packets using the Wireshark. All right. So we'll see what is the next generation firewalls and the UTM firewalls here. All right. So this is completely app control where we can actually block some features in apps, all right? Like in case if you are allowing the complete Facebook face, but you want to disable the messenger. So how we can do that using the firewall, we will learn this here, all right? And NAT configuration, all right? So there are different types of NAT configuration in the FortiGate, all right? So NAT overload, one-to-one NAT, all right? Port range we can provide here. All right, so central NAT we can configure using the virtual IPs. So source NAT, destination NAT will be also covered here. All right, adding the objects, like how we can actually automate the configuration, do the faster configuration by creating the objects. So we will learn here. High availability, like we can deploy multiple firewalls and we can configure active passive and active active um, high availability modes for the FortiGate here. So for the user configuration, we will integrate the LDAP protocol, that is Active Directory, all right, where we authenticate the users who are actually in the land side or in the demilitarized zone. We'll see how encryption works, like symmetric and asymmetric location encryption. And we will also configure the VPNs here, site-to-site VPN and the mm, um, SSL VPN both. So this is site-to-site VPNs, right? So we will also see the VPN configuration between different firewalls here. So firewall along with the Palo Alto, FortiGate along with the Palo Alto, FortiGate along with the ASA firewall, FortiGate along with the um, checkpoint firewall. How we can actually do the site-to-site VPN, or how we can configure the remote access SSL VPNs, right? IPsec SSL VPNs on the FortiGate. So these are all things we cover. So this will cover your complete FortiGate 7.6 SCP certification of administrator. Clear or any doubts in the syllabus? Okay. Udbhav has 12 core processor, 16 GB RAM. Okay. Okay. No doubts? Okay. So let us verify your fundamentals first, all right? Like I want to understand, everyone knows OSI model here. Everyone knows OSI model. No. Okay. Everyone knows here what is VLAN. Okay. Everyone knows here what is RIP. RIP, OSPF, BGP. Everyone knows. Okay. Udbhav don't know. Okay. Everyone knows static route. Static route, default route. No CCNA knowledge. We were Udbhav. Okay. Dynamic route. Udbhav no CCNA knowledge. Okay. 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 No problem. So except Udbhav, everyone knows everything. Okay. 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 All right. So we'll begin with the uh, basic question. All right. So first, let us understand what is firewall. So what is firewall? Can someone unmute your and speak? Anyone? What is firewall? Who knows this answer? Who knows the answer can unmute and speak. No problem.
I think a firewall can prevent the unauthorized access or the malicious
Hmm.
software to enter your network,
Okay.
or some other activities like port
Okay.
scanning, or that you can prevent maybe.
Okay. Anyone else?
So basically, firewall is like a watchman to our network.
Sorry.
It permits
Mm-hmm.
which data should enter. It stops the malicious data.
Okay. Right. Okay. See, first of all, firewall is a security device, right? Firewall is what? It's a security device. So what it does is it controls and monitors. Both the options are there, right? It controls and monitor every inbound, every inbound and outbound traffic, right? Okay, so it controls and monitor every inbound and outbound traffic. All right. So there are different types of firewalls, right? There are two types in the firewall. One is the hardware firewall.
and one is software firewall.
Another one is the software firewall.
10 minutes.
All right. So hardware firewalls again we have there are two types. The one is the UTM, another one is the next generation firewall. All right. And the software firewall, like I mean, we are using the Microsoft Defender here. Microsoft Defender. Then we have the Norton. Then we have McAfee. These are all the software firewall. So why do we need now the hardware firewall? Any particular reason?
No idea.
So why do we need the
Maybe centralized management, easy
right?
centralized management.
Right. Okay. Anything else? Okay. See, software firewall, it's always installed in the end devices here, right? And we cannot actually monitor or control the end devices. But hardware firewall is something we actually install on the network edge. It will be always installed on the network edge so that we can have complete control and monitoring the every inbound and outbound traffic. All right, that's the reason we need then hardware firewall here. Software firewall, by the way, it will be installed by default when you install an operating system. Windows Defender will be there, but we cannot actually monitor or control this. So it will the system will be in the user hand, all right. So we will not have complete access to the systems, right? So we have to control everything from the outside of the LAN or inside of the LAN, right? Understood, right? Or any doubts here?
No.
Okay. Okay. Now, what is UTM firewall? What is UTM? Any idea? UTM means it's a legacy firewall, right? It's a legacy firewall. Again, this is an hardware firewall only, right? This is this has the very less features compared to the next generation firewall. So in UTM, what we have is the IPS, right? Then we have the IDS. Any idea what is IPS or IDS?
No.
Okay, IPS is intrusion prevention software. Intrusion prevention software, and IDS is intrusion detection software. So UTM is we call it as unified threat management, all right? Unified threat management. So apart from this, we will get here URL filtering. We will get URL filtering here. And we get the file block. Then also we have the what we call DLP. Close. Sorry, I think it's closed. So I'll just write it down once again. All right. So this is UTM, Unified Threat Management. And we have a file block here. File block, URL filtering, Then we have DLP, that is data loss prevention. Data loss prevention. These are the only features available in the UTM firewall. And when you compare with this next generation firewalls here, like if we go to the next generation firewall, in next generation firewall we have FortiGate, the top three firewalls, right? FortiGate is there, then Palo Alto, then we have Checkpoint, then we have Cisco FTD firewalls, right? So all these firewalls nowadays, what we have is the next generation firewall, and whatever the UTM firewall has, these firewalls is just an one option. We use it as one option. What UTM have here. Apart from that, you can do a lot of things in the next generation firewall. So why we call these firewalls as a next generation? Because we have here better user control. We have better user control. We have better app control. We can actually have checked vulnerabilities. Inbuild. So inbuild we have URL filtering profiles. All right. So for these reasons, we actually use the next generation firewall. Nowadays, we are not using the UTM firewall. All right. So any doubts still here, like UTM or the next generation firewall?
Mohammed, I have a question actually.
Okay.
So you show, can you just go for the fourth, this previous PPT?
This one.
No, next one, fourth.
Okay.
So you are teaching us the FortiGate, okay? So
Yeah.
FortiGate Palo Alto, okay. So these are the well known actually. So suppose if I learn FortiGate properly. So,
Mhm.
is it necessary to learn Palo Alto also, or if you have the good basic knowledge, then I can work on any of these vendor.
Absolutely correct, all right. So if you have good knowledge and configuration, you have done intensive configurations, and you know in and out of complete FortiGate firewall. So seeing the options on Palo Alto or Checkpoint, you can actually uh, do the labs, all right, on your own and learn the firewalls. There is no problem at all. All right, but the options little bit tricky, all right, in Checkpoint or firewall, Palo Alto. All right, compare FortiGate is very easy to configure, but Palo Alto Checkpoint is not like that, all right. So there are a lot of things needs to be done to allow the inbound or outbound traffic here in Palo Alto, whether it's Checkpoint. Here, FortiGate they have made very easy. The NAT configuration will be by default in FortiGate, but it's not like that in the Palo Alto or Checkpoint. All right, so you need to learn how to configure NAT also, then how to configure interfaces also. So so FortiGate will give you very easy options to configure, but Palo Alto is bit difficult or Checkpoint is bit difficult. So you need to understand first. I mean, yeah, this option will work for this, right? So you need to understand by um, by opening this firewall configuration pages. You need to understand every option first and
Okay.
see whether how it actually configured, then you can actually do it. But you will, by seeing the option, you can understand that this option is for this option is for this once you learn
Yeah,
the 40.
basically, my question is, if I understand very well the concept, okay,
Mhm.
of any
Yeah,
firewall, I
yeah,
can work
it's
either of
almost
any of this vendor. Okay,
yeah, yeah, it's almost the
that's
same.
my question.
Yeah, it's almost the same. All right. So in next generation firewalls, we also have this zero-day attack, right? So these next generation firewalls prevents from the zero-day attack. That is, sandbox is configured in the firewalls. Right, so all these options are there in the next generation firewall, but UTM doesn't have all these options. Right. For example, so in UTM firewalls, for example, someone is actually visiting any malicious website, right? So you can have track only the IP address, right? Source IP and the destination IP, or source port or the destination port in the UTM firewall. But here, user control, you will have along with the source IP, destination IP, with the username, right? In UTM firewalls, you can block the facebook.com complete. It will block the complete facebook.com here. All right, it will not allow any of the Facebook logins, complete block. But here you can control, like in app control, you can allow the login, and so you can allow users to see the posts or post the images on the Facebook, but only want to disable the messenger, you can disable it. So partially disabling the app features is only available in the next generation firewall. All right, like we have URL filtering. So in URL filtering, you can allow the complete base or deny the complete base. Allow or deny complete base. So inbuilt there will be 80 to 90 types of URL filtering profiles, all right, where you can allow, like for example, in URL filtering you will get the gambling option, all right. So in so gambling, give me a moment, all right. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. So in URL filtering, we'll be having a gambling. So gambling will covers complete the gambling websites, all right, um, casino websites. So it will have a lot of websites in the list. So it will automatically block those lists. All right. So while actually learning the FortiGate, we can have complete drawdown of all the features. All right, where we will learn every option how to every feature how to configure it on the FortiGate firewall. All right. So now I want to understand here, like in router we can what we can do, and what we can do in the firewall. Why can't we use the router instead of firewall? What was that actually brought us to use this firewall instead of a router? Anyone has any idea?
I think router can do only routing,
Okay.
the internet
Okay.
traffic routing.
Okay. Router is basically the routing device only. Okay. Okay. Anything else? Firewall also can do the routing now. Firewall also can do the route. We have this feature on the firewall because RIP, static route, default route, everything can be configured on the firewall nowadays. Anything else?
Router focus on network communications as well as
Mm-hmm.
the firewall focus on network securities. Maybe little bit difference.
Okay. Okay. Mm, okay. So anything we can do here in the routers to have control or monitor, have control the traffic or monitor the traffic. Do we have this option here?
Yeah, through ACLs.
Right. So we can configure the access control list, right? But what is that reason? We have the access control list, but still, what why we are actually learning the firewall? Why we are using the firewall? Router can actually block the traffic, right? Unwanted traffic, we can block it using the ACL. Like we can use the we call it as stateless filtering, right? We can use the stateless filtering and create access control list, whether it's extended or standard ACL. If you are using, we can actually block the inbound or the outbound traffic, right? Inbound and outbound traffic. Like if you want to block the some DNS, right? Like for example, you want to block the google.com. So what you will do, you will create the access control list and block 8.8.8.8 and port you will block 443. Correct? Right or wrong?
Yeah, correct.
Correct, right? So this can also be done in the firewall also. We can do this in firewall also. Say, for example,
I think
this is
firewall can do the router's job, but I don't think router can do the firewall job.
okay. All right. Okay. So let's understand this. All right. So for example, this is the employee sitting in your company. All right, and he is connected to the router here. Okay, and this is 1/1, and this router is connected to the ISP here, and here we have Google server. All right, this is our DNS. For example, we can take it as google.com only. All right, this is 1/2. All right, so now this user opens its browser and type google.com. All right, and the traffic goes here. All right, so what I will do, I will allow this. And this is outside port. So this is LAN side or this is LAN side and this is WAN side, right? So I will allow this and I will deny this port because this is outside port. So what happens now? The traffic goes to ISP. ISP will forward to DNS, right? So now the acknowledgement comes back to the ISP. ISP will forward here, right? But here we have deny configured, so the packet will drop here, right? So so the internet will not work here. In case if you're denying here, internet will not work. For example, here, so let's see, this is someone connected to the internet, and he's a hacker. So if you allow this port, what happens? Hackers will comes inside. So by default, what we will do, the engrave interface, we will keep it on deny policy always, because we don't want anyone coming from the outside should get inside, right? But to have this internet working in the router, you need to allow both the side here. Otherwise, the acknowledgement from the DNS, Google will not actually reach to the browser, right? But if you are allowing this port, this is again open for the hacker. Okay, but here there is one, like, I mean, you can create the access control list allowing 8888 so that the Google will work 8888 and 443 port. If you allow this, the traffic will go inside. But practically, this is not possible to allow or create the DNS list here, right? So if someone is actually visiting google.com or searching something, that search result will have nearly 1,000, 2,000 outputs. So he want to go every website. So will you build all the DNS list here? What he is visiting? No, right? Will you do that? So for example, he is searching from google.com networking interview question. So let me show you practically. Okay. So I'm going here to google.com. Google.com. So I will search here networking interview question. Now see, so what happens? So there is another website open here. So this is geeks.forgeeks.org. Then we have github.com. Then we have interview.com. So how many results? See, so we have millions of results here. So will you add every website and every DNS port to allow in the router? Is it practically possible? No, right? We cannot build a DNS list with millions of website and allow them, right? So if he's going to some other website, some other link which is not available, then the page cannot be displayed on his employee's PC, right? He is not able to visit that website if it is not in the DNS list. So this is practically not possible to build this list, right? So that's the reason what we do, we allow this port completely so that he can visit to anywhere. But this opens for the security breach, right? So the hacker will get inside if we are doing that, right? So this is called the TCP three-way handshake actually, all right? Three-way handshake. This is what the TCP three-way handshake. And we also call it as stateless filtering. Stateless filtering. Where we create the extended or standard access list in the routers, all right, to allow or deny some sites or some websites. But it is not possible to build the list with the millions of websites. So let's take an example, same example with the firewall now. So for example, this is your employee again, and he's connected with the firewall now. This time what we have firewall here, and the firewall is connected to the ISP. All right, ISP, this is connected to, again, what we call DNS. Let's say same website, google.com. Okay, so this is 8.8.8.8 website, and this employee IP address will take 10.10.10.100. This is 1/1 port, and this is 1/2. Right. So now what happens? So if this employee opens his browser and opens google.com, what will be the result? So here what I did is I allowed, and here I denied. Let's say here another person, he is an hacker. So now what happens? The request will go to port 1. This will be forwarded to ISP. ISP will forward to 8.8.8. Correct? Everyone is there with me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So now the acknowledgement comes back from Google DNS to ISP. ISP will forward to firewall. But firewall, what it does, it forwards that traffic to the employee. Why? Why this
I
happens?
think it will authenticate.
Authenticate. Okay. Anything else? Okay. So see, firewall is, as we discussed, it's a security device, and compared to the router, it is intelligent also. All right. So what it does is it maintains this session table here. What it does, it maintains the session table. So in session table, what happens? There will be an source IP, then there will be an destination IP, then there will be a source port, and there will be a destination port. All right. Then there will be a packet type. So when the employee is trying to go to google.com, it creates a session. Like, what will be the source IP? Source IP will be 10.10.10.100, right? The destination IP is our this one, 8.8.8.8. Then source port, let's take 1012, right? Destination port is our 443, that is HTTPS, right? Packet type is the SYN packet, right? So now when the acknowledgement comes back to the firewall, as the policy says it needs to drop the traffic, but it still allows that traffic to the employee here because it checks its session table where it sees that the traffic is initiated from the known IP address because the firewall knows this IP address because it is in the session table of the firewall. So what it does is instead of dropping that packet, it will allow that packet, right? Because the firewall believes the traffic initiated from the genuine side, all right, where it can't be malicious because it have it in the session table. So if it has it in the session table, it will allow it. If it doesn't, then it will not allow. So what happened here is the next packet will be generated here. So here the source IP becomes the 8.8.8 and destination become 10.10.10.100. Source port become 443 and the destination port become 10212. Then this will become the SYN acknowledgement. This is what the firewall does here. Understood, right? So if this hacker is trying to get inside now, he will be denied because his IP address is not in the session table, right? For example, this hacker is using an public IP 100.200.38. This IP is not in the session table. Why firewall allow this IP? It will not allow. This IP is initiated and it has it in the session table. That's why it is allowing the traffic. That's all. Understood, right? Or any doubts here? Any questions? So this is called stateful. This is called stateful filtering. What router does is the stateless, and what firewall does is stateful. Any doubts?
Mohammed, can you just repeat it? Firewall, what does stateful and what?
Stateful filtering. All right.
Stateful
And
filtering,
router does stateless filtering.
stateless.
Yeah.
So I have this one question regarding the session table, but I will ask you later. Okay, I
Okay.
have a little bit different question. Okay, maybe for my knowledge only, but that's a different one.
Okay.
So I will ask you later. Actually. I will keep it in my mind.
No problem. Okay. So like this, we will be actually continuing our firewall FortiGate training, all right, and covering all these topics, all right. Like I have just covered this first one, that is common security terms right now, all right. So we will go on and continue with our training. So I want to understand, like I mean, you will be joining on Saturdays and Sundays only, and what time you would like to have your classes? Same time is okay with you, then no problem.
Mohammed, actually, the batches are only on weekends or actually on regular basis.
As
Day-to-day
of now,
basis.
I think on Saturdays and Sundays. But if you want regular, you can discuss with Arun sir once. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I will discuss. No problem.
Yeah. 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 So today, for today, we can end this session. All right. So if you have any doubts, you can always contact Arun sir. Like in case if you have done admissions, then well and fine. We can actually continue same time tomorrow 2 p.m. Classes will continue if you have already enrolled. So if it
Tomorrow
is
is
not,
Monday.
then
Tomorrow is Monday, Mahmood.
sorry,
You
next Saturday and Sundays. All right, next Saturday and Sunday will continue. Right.
Mohammed, sorry, actually, then I have to ask this question
Mm-hmm.
regarding this session. Okay,
No problem.
suppose I am working with a 100 employee company, and
Mm-hmm.
there is another 1,000 employees company. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so will the same firewall work for this 100 employees and the 1,000 employees, or we need the big power firewall for the
Right. So
1,000 employees?
yes, yes, we need the different firewalls, right? So
For 1,000
different,
employees.
yeah, different models have different configuration of firewalls. So we will cover this when we have this session here, firewall, FortiGate, about FortiGate, introduction to FortiGate. So we will cover different models and their purposes, all right?
Okay.
So there will be a high configuration. Like in case if you have 500 or 1,000 employees, you can go for a different model. But if you have 5,000, 10,000 employees or 1 lakh employees, then you need a higher configuration, right? Because the inbound and outbound requests will increase there. So that
Okay.
needs to be handled means you need more processor power and RAM power, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So at that time, that model will change.
That this question arise actually when you told me about the session. Okay, the
Yeah, yeah.
session, because each employee can have multiple sessions also. No?
Right, right, right.
Yeah. So it
Yeah,
will
yeah.
increase the traffic
Right,
towards the firewall.
right.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Got
exactly.
your point. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah. No problem. All right, so we'll continue to next Saturday and Sunday. All right, so let's see. All right, so we continue our journey with the firewall.
Thank you,
If you have
Mohammed.
any doubts, you can. Yeah, no problem. If you have any doubts, you can let me know, or we'll end the session.
Malay, what's your good name? I don't have your list. Hello, Malay.
Hello.
Okay. Malay, can you hear me? What's your good name? I don't have your number in contact list. Hello, Malay, can you hear me? Malay, can you hear me? What's your good name? I don't have your
Yes, sir.
number. I don't have your number. Can you
Uh,
share me your number?
yes, sir.
Arunji,
हाँ अजय
this is Avishkar.
Aviskar no, Malay who is Malay I don't have his number
ओके मेरा डाउट था एक
हाँ बताइए
अ, मुझे ना इस चीज का सिलेबस देखना था फोर्टिगेट का एज वेल एज पॉल ऑल्टो का
Yes,
वो
sir.
तो
My
अभी
name is Malay,
लिखा
Malay
है सर
Ganguly.
ओके your name is Malay Gangli
You can see on the screen
Yes, sir.
actually.
yeah
So
yeah
this is
you
yeah, this is
ओके
for the FortiGate. All right, and if you want Polo Alto, I have the Polo Alto also here. Right?
ओके
So if you want Polo Alto, this is Polo Alto certification, ECNS. Yeah,
एंड
Hello.
Polo Alto. Yeah.
यू हैव ओनली टू फायरवॉल्स और
Sir,
एनी
can
मोर
you enroll me in your WhatsApp group here?
Arun sir, maybe they will
please
create a
share
group,
your
right?
number.
Yeah, yeah.
Send me your number. I'm just sending my number on WhatsApp. You can ping me. I will add you.
Okay.
All.
Okay.
All.
Actually, I got this link from my friend.
Okay.
So
Okay.
actually, I am interested in Farrell. So that's why I joining this meeting. Okay,
Okay.
sir.
Okay.
So okay, sir. I got this your number from my
Yeah.
friend,
Yeah.
and I
Yes.
will
Yes.
send my request to you. Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Okay.
No
Thank
problem.
you, sir.
So I want to discuss what is the suitable time. Are you guys interested for the weekend batches or the weekdays? How you people want to go? If you people are working, then I think the weekend is good for you all. Saturday and Sundays you can study on the weekend and practice on the weekdays.
Hi Arun, this is Akshay.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
Okay, sir. If we doing the season on weekend, so which time you preferred?
If you people don't have any issues, this time can be fixed, and it will depend on also the trainer's availability. Trainer is okay with this timing. Mohammed, are you okay with this timing? 2 p.m.
Yeah, yeah, no
Okay.
problem. No problem. 2 p.m. is fine for me. On Saturdays and Sundays, 2 p.m. is fine.
What is the time duration to complete this classes like?
Right? If it's
Actually, sir,
if you
if you change the time at, pardon,
yeah,
sir.
tell me. So how many? See, I want to understand how many of you ready to join at 2 p.m. Can you send
Yes,
S
sir.
for 2 p.m.? S for 2 p.m. So anyone else want different time, they can send their time, right? So we'll try to adjust it. So only one person want different time, you mean to say?
No, sir.
Okay. So everyone else is okay with 2 p.m., right? So Avishka, you want some different timing? Can you hear me, Avishka? Hello? Hello? Okay. So with weekdays back. The time duration for this course. See, we need at least if we are doing it for 2 hours every day, sorry, on Saturdays and Sundays. So consider like I mean we have around 20 to 25 classes, right? So, so two classes, two to we try to actually complete it in maximum 50 hours, right? 50 to 55 hours we can actually go ahead and complete because we need to cover the theory and do the practical. So 1 hour, maybe 1 hour, 1 hour for the theory and 1 hour for the practical.
Okay.
So 2 p.m. everyone is okay, right? On Saturdays and Sundays, everyone is okay. 2 p.m. Okay. Arun sir, are you there?
Yeah, yeah,
Arun sir, I can end the class.
yeah, yeah. You can end
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Thank you.
Okay.